Yes guys, and welcome back to the FK Sports channel. The opening weekend of Premier League fixtures has came and gone, and today in this video we have to discuss last night, Manchester United against Wolves. You boys know I'm a United fan. We have to discuss that Onana incident. So obviously, as most of you boys know, I'm a United fan myself, and obviously watching last night's game, first and foremost I will say we were absolutely awful. We didn't deserve to take anything from that game, let alone before we even get into the penalty incident in the last couple minutes of the game. Before I even talk about that, last night's game, we didn't deserve anything from it. The first half seemed to just drift by. Mateus Cunha caused us so many problems driving through the midfield. Our midfield last night just seemed non-existent, and a lot of our players did seem very, very far off the pace. First game of the season, you know, Old Trafford, buzzing, 8 o'clock kickoff on Monday Night Football. You know, I thought our boys would have been at it. That was far, far, far from what actually happened, though, and Wolves surprised me and were a lot better than I thought they'd be. If you boys see my predictions video on the channel a few weeks ago, I did predict Wolves to be one of my 3 teams to go down this year. Just going off recent things that have happened with their football club, obviously changing management, basically their club being unsettled, and the fact that obviously last year they couldn't score many goals. But as I say, from a United point of view, from a United perspective, we were awful. We didn't deserve anything from last night's game. We just couldn't get, there was no rhythm in the game. It was stop-start the whole night, and any of the main chances, especially in the first half, came from a Wolves team. Second half was a little bit better from us, but as I say, I would say, you know, up to the Varane goal, any chances we really created were obviously because of Wolves making mistakes. We didn't create anything clear-cut, which has been our problem in recent seasons, and last night was no different. We just couldn't create anything ourselves. Very, very slow moving the ball, not enough movement off the ball. But yeah, 75th minute I think it was, or around that time. As I say, the whole game beforehand, we had, if anyone deserved to be leading that game, it was Wolves. However, Bruno picks up the ball, plays a little chip ball into the box to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka chips it in, obviously Varane heads it home 1-0. I thought, right, very, very lucky to be ahead. And that was, this is regarding, obviously we haven't even discussed the penalty yet, but that was us lucky to be 1-0 ahead after 75 minutes, give or take, in that game, based on our performance. Wolves are the better team. We didn't deserve to be ahead. But now, we have to discuss about the 88th minute, 89th minute, I think it was. Cross comes in. And Onana, who I heavily rate the player. I think he's going to be a very, very good signing for us. I love De Gea, but Onana, I'm happy with the signing, and obviously I think he will be very, very good for us. Last night, obviously in the game, late in the game, the cross comes into the box. Onana comes in, he misses the ball. He doesn't really get anywhere near the ball, and he clatters in to, I think it was Kaladzic. Completely missed the ball. Yeah, I will put my hands up right here, right now. I have no idea how that was not a penalty. Obviously, as a United fan, I was buzzing that it didn't get given, man. Like any of us would have been. You know, if your club gets away with that, you're loving it. You know, I'm not gonna lie here on camera and say I wasn't unbelievably happy that did not get given. However, there was a few things that I struggle here on like kind of post-match review that we're kind of doing now, where I just can't. I really don't understand it. Like, firstly, if that went against me, if rules were reversed and that was against United last night and that had happened against us, I would be absolutely fuming. And last night, whenever it happened, and I thought to myself, this is probably going to be a penalty, part of me was like, obviously, please don't give it, because obviously, you know, if it's given, we're going to draw this game. Wolves have a great chance to score, right? But part of me as well, at the same time, it's hard to explain. I wouldn't say obviously I didn't want to be given, right, as I've said there. But part of me is like, we have played shocking tonight. We deserve nothing from this game. And part of me nearly wants this decision to go in Wolves' favour, the right decision to be made, because later on down the season, that'll happen to United 4 or 5 times throughout the season, and we'll get shafted by decisions like that. What I'm basically trying to say, boys, is you nearly want competency in these VAR, in these referees, from the start of the season, and set the ball going forward. There's been loads of new rules and regulations put into place for this upcoming season, but VAR, yet again, more and more, just, it's silly, incompetent mistakes, man. And then you see after the game, obviously, PGMOL goes out and apologises about half an hour after the game to Wolves, and it's just like, I'm caught in two minds, because I'm a United fan, loving last night's win, even though we played shocking. First game of the season, the most important thing's to win, right? And we did that. But the win felt like a loss with how bad we played. And then that feeling's kind of added to, if you want, by the fact that, not that Wolves, you know, not that I feel like, you know, we don't owe anything to Wolves, you know what I mean? It was that we're happy with our win, of course, and the referee made his decision, and that is what it is. But, part of me, as I say, last night, nearly wants that decision to be given, because I know it's going to, you know, come back to bite my club. It's going to come back to bite United later in the season, man. These referees, like, how can they make a decision and get it so wrong on the pitch, but then half an hour later, they come out and apologise. I know that, apology, of course you're going to apologise, right? But that doesn't give shit after half an hour after a game. If the roles were reversed, and United we had got that happen to us last night, and then PGMOL comes out half an hour after the game's over, and comes out and apologises, doesn't add any points onto your league standing at the end of the season, does it? So, yeah, it's just not good enough. As I say, I just want to put this video out there as a kind of, from a United point of view, because I know a lot of us United fans feel the same this morning, man. We won last night. We're buzzing with that. Great start to our season in terms of results, in terms of the result. But last night felt like a loss with how bad we played. And as I say, my mind was all over the place last night with we won the game, brilliant. But then the other side of things, it feels like, well, firstly, we didn't, regardless of penalty or no penalty, we didn't deserve to win over the 90 minutes. We just didn't. And we're lucky Wolves just can't take their chances. But then that penalty decision, man, as I say, it's like brilliant. I'm so glad in a way that didn't get given. But then at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, right, I'm thinking down the line, the bigger picture, if you like, outside of just last night's game. And I'm thinking, well, realistically, as football fans, we want those decisions to be made. Whether it's for your club or against your club, you want the right decision to be made, because down the line, down the season, it could even happen against Spurs at the weekend. It just shows these incompetencies, these incompetent VAR officials and these referees are still making the same mistakes, man, and, I can't remember what club it was last year. It was a big mistake, VAR mistake last year. Happened in the game, half an hour after the game, they come out and apologise to the manager and the club that they basically wrongly made the decision against. And the same thing they do after last night's game to Wolves. As I say, boys, I'm buzzing with the win. Listen, we start our season off 3 points in the bag. I'm happy. I know we'll have, our community with a load of different football fans from supporting loads of different clubs that watch the channel. So I know there'll be Wolves fans watching this, and you boys have I'll be completely honest, you have a right to be so frustrated today, and you were very, very hard done by last night. You'll obviously have United fans like myself. You'll have different club fans that are looking at this from a neutral perspective. Get in the comments. Do let me know your thoughts. Was it a penalty? Was it not a penalty? Let me know. Did VAR get it right? I mean, they obviously don't think they have now, though, because they've apologised. Let us know your thoughts. Penalty or no penalty in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this. Let us know what your thoughts are on the bigger picture kind of thing. More and more of these, like, kind of incompetent VAR decisions. Are they going to be continuing to be made all season? It certainly looks that way. A lot of new rules this season, new rules and regulations into the season in place, and a lot of them are very, very good. Things around the time wasting and things like that. A lot more stricter rules around things like that, but the VAR stuff, man, still making, rookie mistakes and then kind of falling back on it later on and apologising half an hour after full time. So I just hope, as I say, that basically I have 3 things to say. One, buzzing with last night's result. I'm happy with the win. Although, as I say, mixed opinions on how we got that. I thought we played awful last night and we're shocking all for most of the game. Very lucky to win. Secondly, as I say, Wolves, if you're a Wolves fan watching this, you have a right to feel hard done by. And third of all, I'm sitting here right now, boys, and we can just go as United fans and every other fan and every other supporter of a club in the league, in the Premier League. You just gotta hope that these decisions don't happen against you at some point. That's kind of the point I'm making with this video. Like, as much as I'm happy that decision went first last night, it just shows it's still frustrating to the core as well that these mistakes are still getting made by VAR, because we all know it'll hurt our clubs at some point. Big thanks for watching the video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button for me. As I say, get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think. As I said, we're going to be starting to do some of these, like, kind of reaction type videos. So any big moments from the Premier League season over the weekend gone by, we will do like a reaction video to it on the Monday or Tuesday after. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed the content today. And yeah, I'll see you boys in the next one, man. Peace out.